We are so back! It's day 14 of Blueprints. Let's pick up our allowance here. So, we got back to room 46. We found some items in there. We found in particular a big old crown that lets us get rid of some red rooms in our drafting pool. And we found a sanctum key. And the sanctum key came with a note that gives us a clue as to our next major focus in the game is I want to be finding those sanctum keys. And we got 2 of them on the same day, which is extraordinary luck. Do not expect that to happen to you. But we see how to get those. I'm going to be going for the other ones. I have a reference to those sanctum key to the puzzle where they're going to be on my computer, so I'm going to be referencing that. You're just going to trust me when I quote it or misquote it because I might just try to say it from memory. But the 6 that are remaining, one of them's in the vault. One of them has to do with clocks. We're not 100% sure. One of them's got to be around the reservoir because it's under the docks. One of them requires a king on his throne. I'm not sure what that means. One of them requires a station. I'm not sure what that means. We haven't seen anything like a train station. And then the last one is behind the last door of 8. So we're going to be looking for anything that's going to help us out with that. And I'm also getting to the point in the run where I'm not remembering 100% what we've already done. So we got one more day of the Gardener Blessing, so we can use that to really fill out our house and get a lot of gems. So I want to take advantage of that. Any of these trophies I can go for. I can try to get a workshop and make some more inventions. I can just try to draft new rooms, get this done. We can try to figure out what the heck this is. Room 8 we haven't seen. Actually, let me open the room directory for a second. We haven't really looked at this before. Because it hasn't come up except one time for a brief moment. So we can look. The room 46, there's 45 basically blueprints. And so we haven't looked at all of them. We haven't found 7 and 8 yet. Or 11, for instance. So there's a bunch of rooms in this first set we haven't seen. So any of these I see, we're going to go for. Bedrooms, there's one bedroom we have not seen. Hallways, I think we've seen them all. Green rooms, you should have seen them all. No, there's a green room I haven't seen. I wonder which one that is. I'm going to keep my eye out for a green room I haven't seen. Shops, there's a couple shops we haven't seen, and one of them's the bookshop, which I think I ignored on day 12 because I didn't need it that day. And there's got to be another shop somewhere. So we're going to look for those. Red rooms, I think we've seen them all. There's this set here that we can't see any of. And then found floor plans. So I found the tunnel in the tunnel, and I've drafted it. Closed exhibit I found. Mechanarium I have also found, but I haven't ever drafted it. And this has one door for every gear room in the house. And outer rooms, I've drafted them all. So there's quite a few, but I want to figure out what this is somehow. Hopefully I can do it. Is there any hint from here? I'm actually looking for something from a previous run, and if I see it, that means I'm an idiot. Okay, I don't see it, which means I need to draft a particular type of room before I'll see anything here. That's a spoiler for later. Well, we have an allowance of 10, so I wonder what we can do with that. Let's put this dead end here. My goal is not to fill out the house entirely, but if it happens, it happens. The more rooms I look at, the better. Let's see if this turns left. Is what I would love. So the parlor is going to go here. And this one, I would love it if it was a den. Or a hallway. Hallway's fine too. Anything with a T-shaped junction. Okay. So that sets me up. I wonder what would be good to see in the outer rooms. Tomb is unnecessary because we have multiple ways downstairs. Shelter was always good. Shrine is not good because we have one more day of our blessing, and you can't pick a new blessing while you have one in effect. Tomb, I mean, this money. This steps. I could redraw for something I'd prefer, which I think I'm going to do. Trading post, items to trade, or just get items now. Didn't I do tool shelters? I don't remember. Tool shed is good. Trading post is good. I could get the shelter again and draft red rooms. Or, so I don't have any items on me now to trade, but I could come back out here and see if I could get something good from the trading post. Let's try this, because the tool shed is just the guaranteed items. I've seen that recently. Let's do this. I don't actually have any plan for that. I'm just thinking maybe... I also know there's the dynamite in that room, so if I get the burning burning glass, I can go in there and light the dynamite, because that hasn't happened yet. Alright, let's get some gems from here, but I will want some keys eventually, so I'm good on gems once I solve this. Let's see. A box next to this box displays a false statement. That's saying that's false, and that isn't. So this is false. That must mean this is true. A box next... Okay, well that was too easy. A box next to this box contains gems. Since there has to be at least one box that only displays false statements, at least one that only displays true, if there's a box that has no statement, it means you have one true and one false. This one was obviously false, therefore, yeah, it's a little easy. All right, give me one with lots of exits. You have to be kidding me with this. Okay, so maybe because yesterday had such good luck, we're going to have a bad luck day. So these are fine, but let's say this day is probably going to go terribly, so let me set myself up for future days by giving myself an extra star. This is the one, apples are extra delicious, so if I get apples, I get more steps. There. Let's examine as well if there's anything else in this room. So we have the knight, so this is good for the chess puzzle. I could go for the chess puzzle. The parlor... Wait, did the parlor have anything in it? We'll check see if the parlor has anything. But if I can find a room with a king, queen, bishop, knight, rook, and pawn. I have the knight. The bishop's in the chapel. The pawn is in the... Well, lots of places have a pawn I've seen. The rook is in the nook. The queen is in the study. So if I just find a king, we'll be good. I think actually I've drafted both rooms that have kings, looking at this from the person who's played the game before, and in both cases I didn't find the king to be able to say which room it is. But it's possible. What else we got here? We got something up there. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Hold on. That is very obviously something. We just did not notice that the first go around here. This is going to require me moving this left and then down. Oh, no. If I move it down, I have to be up here. That's the wheel that moves it down. I won't be able to get back out. No, I need to move it right all the way here and down. That's where I need to go. So yeah, I could have solved this puzzle day one and I just chose not to notice it. Because most people do not notice this puzzle on day one. There is apparently a place in the game that tells you that there's something here, but you can also just notice it. Some people just notice it. So I'm going to lower this a couple more times. There we go. Hey! Found a secret floor plan. Would like to permanently add planetarium? Absolutely. If you call it a day in a planetarium, gain 2 stars. Okay. We're gonna put this back so we can look through the telescope because we never need a reason to have the thing here anymore. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna move this back to the spot. Yeah. And if you're thinking, oh, doggone it, I never found the planetarium, I'm so stupid. Not really. And the planetarium is not a room that, as far as I'm aware, is going to help you with any of the main puzzles. It's a very useful room. It's got some things you can do with it, but you could get through a lot of the game without ever finding the planetarium just fine. Okay, now I got to get somewhat lucky out of here. I don't really want to draft dead ends now. I want to draft a straightaway here. I'll take the chapel. I'll take the chapel there. And then I want to draft a corner room here, which the pantry is my only choice. And now I want to get some straightaways. Hey, apples are extra delicious. Get extra steps for the apple. That's good. Draft a straightaway here. Well, this is my only shot. Man, it feels like both the chapel and the den are being wasted. But I really want to see more rooms. The chapel also has the bishop, so I've got the knight, I've got the bishop. The den is the pawn, so I've got 3 of the pieces. I just need to get the rook, so if I find the nook, that'll be good, and if I find the study, that'll be good, and if I find one of the other 2 that has the king in it, that'll be good. So now I want something that goes out straight and doesn't cut to the left, because that'll cut into the chapel. Spare room is good. Corridor is also good, but the spare room is probably going to be unlocked this early. I'd rather use the corridor up here. I have not found anything for keys yet. Well, I guess the corridor is going here. And then please give me like a billiard room or something. I really could use that. Commissary is fine as well. I could buy keys. Storeroom is keys, but it is a dead end. I don't want a dead end here. I need to open up my house, and I'm struggling here. So commissary, maybe I find a key. I'm going to find a sleeping mask for sale too. Nothing. So what would be best? If I buy the metal detector, that's it. If I buy the shovel, I can also buy the sleeping mask. Hold on a second. Do I have any bedrooms? I don't have any bedrooms yet, but I could make some bedrooms to the sleeping mask. We're going to do this so I have at least 2 items in my inventory. And then the chapel is also toothless because I have no money to lose. Security's good. Is that better than courtyard? Courtyard could have an item in it. Security can... Oh, these are both good. I still have 1 billion courtyards in my draft pool. So we're going to take security again. Okay. Well, let's set it to low, because that should mean I don't find any more, right? Because I've already found 2. And I changed the offline mode to unlocked. Well, this day is like, you had too much luck on the previous day, so we're going to make sure you don't have any today. That's okay. We are at the point in the game where I'm going to have several unlucky days where nothing happens. But I could end up with... I just need the rook, the queen, and the king. Yeah, I still have a shot at getting the chess puzzle at least. Alright. Bishop is here. Okay. Give me a... Okay, the nook. This is good. The library also could be good. This will give me the rook. Rook and the nook. And a key, because I haven't picked up any of those yet. Library goes the wrong way. Okay, well, this is going to be a short day. I don't want the library then. Will anything be useful? Because I don't think so. I think this is just the shortest day that ever existed. I think that's what we're going to be dealing with here. Cool, gems I don't need. I was just thinking, because I got the sleeping mask, it's really silly. I wonder if I could get an item from the trading post, because I have items now. So now it's just a matter of, could I potentially get a useful item? I could get a key card, for instance. From the trading post, which would make the day still be alive. I could get... I don't know what else would help me here. Key card's the only thing that helps me get further into the day. Burning glass would help me do that, that's for sure. So this will give me magnifying glass, useless. That gives me coin purse. But what I can do is I can trade until I get something I want. 2 gems, you kidding me? Coin purse for coupon book. Give me the battery pack for a key. Well, that's that. Worth a shot. Because I can do this, and now I'm out of items, so... Well, and I traded my shovel, so I can't even dig here. What am I doing with myself? So did we discover anything new today? We did not. We discovered absolutely nothing. So I think what I'll do... there's no reason to go downstairs. I'm desperately trying to find something that'll be useful to do on this day. And go to Blackbridge and nothing. None of the other rooms are useful. So we're going to call it a day here. And what I'm going to do is just put a second day in this episode. We're going to do this day, and we're also going to do day 15. Cool? I hope that's cool with you all, because that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Another reason why I don't edit the videos. I want you to see this failure of a day in 100% of its glory. So you see, I'm not just so amazing at the game that I win every day. You're not just seeing the wins, you're also seeing the losses. Let's move on to day 15. Okay. Hopefully this one goes a little better. If I'd gotten the key card, I could have also gone to the foundation. Oh well. Okay, so what would I want to do today? Let's open these doors again and get something we like. Let's give myself the steps now. And I'm going to take this gem that appeared in here. That was nice of them. Anything else before I leave? I don't want to ever enter this room again, because it gives me the 10 steps once, and there's nothing else in here. Okay, turn left. That's what I want, is a left turning room. Ooh, the study is good for... Okay, it's a dead end, though. I don't want to give myself 2 dead ends out of the main area. That's really bad. Because if I draft the study and have the queen, and then I draft a bunch of dead ends over here, I don't get all the chess pieces. We're going to put the commissary here, because I could potentially buy an item right away. Set of gems, that's great, but no. Sledgehammer, running shoes. These are both good. I'm going to take the sledgehammer, and now I have something. So I could potentially draft the tool shed outside, and because I'm holding on to the sledgehammer, it won't appear in the tool shed. It'll give me a different item, right? Let's see. That's why I don't always just draft the outer room immediately, because it's possible I draft something inside that gives me something for this. Shrine. Oh, let's make another... Oh, I can't because I just spent all my money. Let's do that another time. I could go for the classrooms. I don't feel like I have a chance if I draft the classrooms. I don't want to clog my draft pool. So we're going to take the tomb. You know what? The tomb also has candles in it. So if I get the burning glass today, I could head to the tomb and I could light those candles and I could potentially find something there. So how about we do that? It's a goal for today. It probably won't happen, but it's a goal. It's something to aim for. The den is perfect here. And then I can easily draft a dead end out of here as well. I got my pawn from the den. Utility closet is good here because now what I'm going to do is turn off the security doors. That's the important bit. And then I draft security and we'll be fine. Gymnasium, might as well do these while I'm here. If I find a dark room, I'll have to make the trek back, but that's okay. And now I just need this door to not turn left. That's all I really wanted to do. And they do. So the chapel's the best bet. That's not true. Secret passage is the best bet. And now I want a room out of here that's good. So what do I want? I would prefer a 4-door room. The most likely thing would end up being a passageway from here. Although I don't have 8 courtyards anymore, but I could get 1 courtyard from here. And that's all I would need to get an extra gem. Exactly. Or I just have a free cloister of Rinna. Okay, we're going to do this. So it raises the luck, so I'm going to try to draft green rooms out of here. Oh. And there's flowers in the center. Neat. Still not seeing if there's any way to, like, get in. Like, I'm looking for a button or a lever on this thing. Security door, but I don't have the security room to do anything with it. So let's see if I can get a green room. And I didn't get a green room, so that's great. I love that so much. Observatory or reading nook? Reading nook will get me a key, which I will want keys. This will use a gem, and I don't think I'll get the gem back. I don't think the 8-star thing is a gem. This I don't have any money for. This is the only one that goes further into the house. But I want a key. I just want a key. And I won't draft a library here. I'll draft a dead end that I want to get rid of. Storeroom. So key and gems. Okay, another pawn. I should be paying more attention. So I got pawn. I got the rook and the nook. Got the pawn here. It's okay, I have 2 pawns. I wonder if the cloister has a chess piece. Okay, now I'd love to draft security. Are you kidding me? Okay. This is 2 days in a row. What are you doing, game? Well, at least I have the utility closet for this. Wow, these 2 days back to back are really trying to frustrate me. This is a common complaint with the game. The RNG is frustrating. And listen, my personal belief is that if your frustration with the RNG is pre-room 46, if you're frustrated with the RNG before you get to room 46, my answer is get good. Just get good at the game. If it's post room 46, my answer is welcome to the club. That's just that it sucks. That's just how it's going to be. So turning this on does nothing because I don't have the key card. Draft security. That's what I want to draft, and then I will be fine. Let's see. Does the dark room have a chess piece? Does this have a chess piece? I could buy a gem. I don't need a gem right now. Let's see. What do we got in the room? There's always an item if you turn the thing back. Key card. So now I want to turn security back on. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let me draft the security room, though. Drawing room is good because it has exits and it gives me a free gem. Yeah. It's basically a no-brainer to pick the drawing room once you have the safe code. Same with the boudoir. What other rooms have the safes in them? We've opened the one in the study, but it's a dead end, so it really depends on where it is. Does this have a chess piece in it? A pawn. There's a pawn. We have a lot of pawns. I'm looking for... Well, the observatory would have a knight in it. No, there's that. Laboratory. Laboratory's good. It has a computer. And I can access the security computer from the laboratory because I have Blackbridge. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to take the lab here. We're going to set up a security experiment, and then we're going to do the other thing. So, set an experiment is good. Alright, let's look at what we can get. Spend 2 or more gems drafting a room. This is great if I get a lot of gems. Next 3 times open a locked trunk. I would need to find locked trunks, and I have the sledgehammer, I think, so this is fine. Whenever you draft a shop room, spread dirt in the driveway. I've never done this one. All I think it does is it gives me places to dig. Add a small chest at the entrance hall. Hold on a second. This is interesting. Synergy. If I open locked trunks, I can go to the entrance hall. I get more, and they're free to open. So I could have 6 locked trunks? Yeah, I could have 6 locked trunks. Maximum. Or I could open one, and then open the entrance hall ones and add ones to the entrance... Whatever. 1 key, 1 gem, or 1 gold. So this isn't great with this, because if I spend 2 gems drafting a room and get a gem, that sucks. Like, it makes the gem cost less, but it's not great. 1 gold sucks. 1 key is good, but it's random. So I had a 1 in 3 chance. I would have to, on average, spend 6 gems to get a key. Drafting a shop room, I've already drafted one. I'm not going to see another one soon. I'm going to pick this, and I'm going to pick this because this sounds hilarious to me. So if I find the hallway, which has a locked trunk in it, it'll be really funny. We're going to go, oops, I pressed enter instead of typing in the password. So, good job, me. Try that again. Ron Swan Song. Okay, maybe this day won't suck. Maybe I'll get somewhere with this day. Let's get to the lab. Let's get to the security terminal. Terminals, security, yes. And then let's turn the system off. Or let's make it so it's unlocked and then set the settings to high. So it doesn't matter that I have... Oh, 20 coins? Jeez. Oh, the tomb. The tomb has 1 billion coins in it. So it's offline. So we're going to say offline mode is now unlocked. And I'm going to set the security level to high. The thing is, my key card is useless now because I've turned the security system off. So I can get rid of the key card if I want. I'm not sure how I'd get rid of it, but it doesn't do anything for me. Key card's only useful if I don't have the breaker box. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Workshop. So I could make the burning glass if I get the items for it. I would need the metal detector and the magnifying glass. So neither of those I think were at the shop, but unless they were. Broken lever is always fun, I guess. Don't think I can make anything with it. Sledgehammer plus broken lever, but I'm going to need a 3rd thing because it's the power hammer for that. What's the key card work with? Jeez. Let's get a room with multiple doors, please. Well, that's keys, but also boudoir is just a better pick here. I don't want a dead end there. Boudoir. Boudoir. Free gem. That puts me in a pretty good position for the day. So I want to find a metal detector and a magnifying glass. Metal detector, if I get a courtyard, is likely. It could also be a shovel, though. So if I were to grab the shovel before going to the courtyard, it would make it more likely. Okay, I'm going to redraw. I don't like any. I don't want to put the spare room there. Parlor is okay here. It gives me the gems I'd want. Oh man, am I going to use it again? I want it to turn left. I'm good on gems. And if I turn right, it would have to turn to continue, and then it would have a problem with that. I'm going to do this again. Passageway is good. Chapel is also... it goes the wrong way, though. So it's passageway is what it's going to be. Yeah, it uses some gems, but now I'm okay with parlors. I actually want a dead end here. That's what I want to do. Dead end. Doggone it. Because I don't want to draft out of a room that goes that way. That's a waste. This will at least get me a trunk, but it's kind of a waste of a room because I don't want to draft out that side because I want that. So experiment successful. I want to draft from the other side because if I draft a green room from here, it gives me extra luck. And in fact, I should go that way now and come back to the passageway later. I want to get the luck early so I can find more items, therefore finding more metal detectors and magnifying glasses. That's what I want to find. So I can buy something here. Running shoes. Okay, set of gems, gem. If I come back with a few more coins, I can buy the set of gems, and I'll be fine on gems. Yeah, left. And then please give me at least one green room out of here. You rat. Okay, well, the observatory has the knight. So I'll have the knight, the rook, and the pawn. What was the 8 one again? 8 is the key. So that's good. I'm good on keys now for quite a while. Let me draft out of here and try to get a green room. What are you doing to me, game? Chapel's fine because it gives me the bishop. The office, gonna spend all my gems. But I'm gonna get money for it. I want money because I'll buy the set of gems. I'll have even more gems. And the office goes to the right. So I'm gonna try that. Because I've already done the other computers. So let's do this. Spread gold in the state. Run payroll. Servants' quarters and mage chamber. So if I get either of those, I can get some extra money. There we go. And that's that. So do we have any chess pieces in this room? Yes, we do. There's the king. Okay, so now we just need a study. Courtyard. This is a terrible place for it. Oh, doggone it. And also, I don't have a gem. So, gymnasium is turned off. So, this is probably where I'd put it. So that I don't get anything. Maybe a dead end goes here. Get it out of my system. Let's get the closet. I might find a gem. I did not find a gem, but starting to worry about that. Starting to worry about steps. But if I just find that study, I will be very happy. So there's some money to buy the gems. Thinking about coins being spread is I don't know which rooms they're spread to. So I'm trying to see if I can see it from a distance. Because where do I want to go now? I think I want to go through the observatory and make a room and see what I get. Rumpus room, I don't have anything for. Okay, I'm going to dead end unless I go parlor. I could redraw. Wait, hold on. It blocks the passageway anyway, so... I want a straight shot. That's what I want. Foyer would be so nice, but I don't have the gems. Okay, well... Let's see if I can't get the dining room, get some extra steps. Security's not helpful anymore. We're going to take the corridor. We don't want to go left because that cuts off the passageway. Dining room is free. It doesn't have a gem requirement. This is not what I want ever. I don't want to go left. I want to go to the right. Okay. We'll try to get the, what's it? Try to get the, dining room out of here, maybe. Nope, not want to put that there. It pushes me all the way to the edge of the room. Okay, this will at least give me the gems I need to draft rooms I like. Let's do this. Okay, a false box contains the gems. The black box is true. The black box is false. Well, one of these is true, one of these is false, so who knows what that is. Let's say the black box is true, and a false box contains the gems. That's going to be this box. If the black box is not true, if the black box is false, if this is true, then this is false, and so is this, and a true box contains the gems. Either way, it points to the blue box. Hey, there's a pawn. I have a lot of pawns. Alright, study. At least that way I'll know there's a puzzle that's solved, because I'll go to the chess puzzle. Chamber of Mirrors. You can now draft second copies of rooms. That's not good. I don't want that, because I want to draft rooms I haven't seen. We're going to take the bedroom. And here's another thing. And we can head back to the entrance hall, because we've got a couple more. Secret garden key. Actually, let's hope this door is locked. Because if so, I'm going to make the secret garden here. Yep. That guarantees we have continuance and continuation. We have connectivity. Continuance. I'm a lawyer now. And let's get the let's open the antechamber from here, because we can go inside room 46. Well, we'd have to get the north lever though. We don't have the north lever opened. But there's no reason not to open the antechamber. I'm going to open the antechamber. Because if I open the west and east gate, then I have a way through the antechamber, which makes more connectivity. Right? Like, imagine that I can't get to the right side of the antechamber, but I can get to the left side. So I go in through the antechamber on the left, come out on the right. You see what I'm getting at, right? Yeah, I don't think I'm getting to room 46 today. I would have to go and open the door, which wouldn't be hard to do, but I just don't have the steps for it. It has the item, which is useful, but by the time I think I'd go get it, I've drafted so many rooms, I don't need to see that crown. Yeah, so now I don't need the Great Hall either. Or the greenhouse. Although it'd be kind of fun to open the south door too, just have all three of those open. Okay. Do I want to go backwards? Maybe? Let's see. I could draft a dead end here and it would be fine. I'll use a key. It's fine. I've got plenty of those. I don't want that, though. That's for sure. Let's make the walk-in closet. Please give me another gem, though. Let's retrieve the gem I spent. Excellent. There's a salt shaker. Whenever you eat food and gain steps, gain 1 extra step. So that's good if you have a lot of small things to eat. Is there a 4th item? There should be 4 items in the room. Salt shaker, 2 gems, and a key. There it is. Do I want to open that door? It's going to be the only way forward, so I do need to see what it is. Yeah, it needs a key. That's nice, but I've already made a lot of hallways. Let's make the chapel, because we need a bishop. Okay, so we've got bishop, king, rook, knight. Where's the knight? Where's the knight? There, knight. Pawn. I just need the queen. I just need the study. That's just what I'm going to need to find. Let's head back. Ooh. Oh, that's right, because going to the secret garden also spreads fruit throughout the house, so I'm going to find more steps on the way back here when I start doing that. But not yet. Let's go through the chapel and find... I still want to find those items that would let me... what's it? Let me make the burning glass. Let's see. How are we on locked doors? Let's go this way with a locked door. It's a greater chance of opening more things up. Okay, I like the mail room, but it's a dead end. Kitchen is good for steps. Yeah, that's good for steps. We're going to do that. So, bacon and eggs is going to add the morning pool to the draft room. Have we seen? I don't think we've seen the morning room, so we're going to take the morning room. And then I'm going to just spend on bananas, because I'm going to get 4 steps per banana. So doing 3 bananas is going to give me an extra 3 steps for that. And now I don't have any money to lose at the chapel. Of course it's locked. Let me... hold on. That might be locked too. Well, I have a way to get into those trunks. So I'm going to use my key, and there could be a key in the trunks. Let's get one like the pool. The pool is great here. It can also get me the pump room, which I will want eventually. Is this locked? Yeah, it's locked. I don't need to drain the pool, but I don't need the basement key. Get out of my face. Oh, that's locked too? Are you kidding? Alright. Well, that was fun. We are going to head all the way back. Ah, spread some fruit. Spread some fruit here too. It's nice. Okay, I'm not super worried about steps anymore. Oh, this is nice that they spread them to all the rooms I've just been going here. Man, if I had the apples are more delicious today thing, this would be so cracked. Alright. Frustrating I can't get in there. I mean, I can. I know how, but I'm just trying not to cheat. Some coins from the office, so I could maybe buy something I want. There's coins here. Anything I want to do here? No, I'm good. Okay. Now I need keys, but I have the way to open these chests. Yep, it adds one. Interesting. Yeah. So I just need one of these to have keys in it, please. There's 1 key. Okay, 2 keys isn't bad. Let's try this passageway out, because I might turn left and get a garage, which will give me a lot of keys. 21 coins also is enough. Do I want to buy a set of gems? I am buying a set of gems. I'm doing it. Do I want to buy these gems too? 7 gems is plenty. What would I use the coins for otherwise? Because I'm not getting the items I want. I want the metal detector and the magnifying glass. Neither of which are available. Well, I'll come back. I'll come back and think about it if I want more gems. If it's worth spending all the money just to have a few more gems. It might be, because I'm going to go through the chapel again and lose that money. Drafting. I've never seen this, but the study. You know what? I want to do the chess puzzle. We're going to do the study. I've never seen the drafting studio. We'll just have to find it another time. Yeah, so Queen isn't here. And also there's another gem for doing 1208, I think. Alright. That'll help us if we need to go up here and do stuff, and we might be able to find more puzzles. Wait, which way to come? Boudoir. If somehow I have enough steps after doing all this... Well, I got plenty of money for gems. If I have enough steps after all of this, and... What am I thinking of? And somehow get those items I need. I could make the burning glass and go into the tomb. Which now is going to have a ton of money in it. I've made so many dead ends. Okay, let's get the gems. No, let's get the running shoes, because that'll save me steps. And then let's just go and get a few more gems. So 12 gems ought to be enough for anybody. I could also do more after that. So let's go... I've already forgotten what my plan was. Chess puzzle! Chess puzzle! That's the chess puzzle music. Okay. So, I think, because I've only done the chess puzzle a couple times and I haven't really bothered to check, I think it's okay if you draft multiple pieces in the house as long as you pick one that has the piece. I don't think the color of the piece matters, because the study is a black queen, but the office has a white king. And I think I've done this before doing that, so I don't think you have to match the colors. Where is that room? It's down here somewhere. There we go. Hold on, I see it. Do you see it? I want the power hammer again. We could... That's a cracked... Okay, whatever. We'll find a use for the power hammer. So let's look at our map first, see where we've got our rooms. So the chapel is up here. That's our bishop. That's our queen. That's our king. That's our knight. And there's our rook, and then our pawn can just be down there. So bishop is up here. Nope. There. Yep, it lights up because that's where the bishop is. Let me just go down quite a bit to get the queen. I know I never like specifically said how to solve this. Like when we first saw this, I listed a bunch of possibilities. This is going to be the most obvious one to do, right? Like this is going to be the only one that makes any sort of sense. Obviously, you have to put those in place. Alrighty, so, Suzzle Palved. Choose your piece to receive a new permanent power. So the way this is going to go is I'm going to pick one of these 6, and I'm going to have that ability forever. But if I want one of the other 6, I have to resolve this puzzle, and I will trade it out. So I can only have one power at a time. So the power of the rook, you may draw floor plans up to 4 times when drafting the 4 corner rooms. So this just lets me redraft a bunch of the corners. If I'm looking for really particular rooms, this could be good, but I'm not yet looking for particular rooms. So I'm going to say no. The piety of the bishop, you do not have to pay tithes, so I don't pay when I go into the chapel. And the first time I enter the chapel each day, I gain 30 coins. This is nice, but it's really only useful if I want to buy something that's really expensive and I just need that extra 30 coin boost, because losing 1 coin in the chapel is not a problem. Banner of the King. Each day you may choose a color. Rooms of the chosen color are more likely to be drawn while drafting. So I could pick a day to say, here's the day I get a ton of bedrooms. I'm choosing pink. So this can be super powerful if you're looking for very particular things. Gambit of the Queen. Each time you draft a room on the Queen's side, the west wing of the house, lose 5 steps and gain a key. This seems really risky. If I'm doing good on steps, it's great, and it's a good way to just get keys, but it is a risk. Mantle of the Knight. Add the armory to your draft pool. This is a room that sells things, and we'll see what it is if we pick this. And finally, the Ambition of the Pawn. When you reach rank 8 each day, you may choose Knight, Bishop, Rook, or Queen. Gain the power of that piece until the end of the day. This could be somewhat useful if you can't decide between the powers and you want to switch between them, but it's not the worst thing in the world to do this puzzle. So I want to pick a power here that I intend to like milk as much as I can, and I think the Knight is the one to do. I want to see the armory, I want to see what's for sale and get what I can out of that room, and then I'll never need to see the armory again. So I'm going to accept the Mantle of the Knight. You may give up this power by returning to the chamber on any future day and unlocking pieces again. Those are all going to go away. That's how it's going to work. So now the armory is in the draft pool, and if I get lucky, I can draft the armory today. Now I'm going to need some keys. I'm going to need some coins if I want to buy anything in the armory. So let's head to our good friend, the tomb, and grab some coins. A little worried about steps, but maybe if I get enough coins from the tomb, I will buy some food from the kitchen, and I won't have to worry about that anymore. The armory stuff, from what I remember in other playthroughs, it ranges on how expensive it is. Some of it's really expensive, some of it is not expensive at all, so I don't need to be walking in with 100 coins. I can just have a decent amount, but 4 coins is not going to be enough to do anything in the armory. So what we're going to do is head to the tomb. We might actually make something of this day yet. And we're going to grab the coins that are down there. There should be at least 20. There might only be 20. We'll see. I don't have to do the puzzle down here anymore. The room is just going to be open. Where am I looking for? I'm just kind of wandering around. That's the way to the underground. Actually, is it worth opening the north? There's a lot of coins here. This is good. Yeah, there's a good old 35 coins. If I go to the underground, what I can do, I can pull the north lever, which does let me in here if I want to use the Crown of the Blueprints. That'll at least let me redraw rooms and get rid of a red room. So let's do it. This door is closed every time. You have to pull on this guy's arm. don't think there's anything else we're going to find here. There's that. So I want to push this. A little bit annoying to have to do this, but it's you don't want this minecart on this side because then it blocks off the basement side. So you want it here. And then we make our trek. So we're going to do this. We're going to enter room 46 for the crown of the blueprints. Hopefully that'll help us in what limited amount of steps and rooms we have left for the day. And then we'll see if we can draft the armory today. Be nice, because then we can see what's in it. Just pull that. I would love to find a north lever that is not so far away from the north door, but alas, this is where it is. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. If I had drafted a boiler room ahead of time, I could have powered down the thing and come down here for this hallway thing I showed you the first time. But I don't think that's going to happen today. Hep, 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 hep. Still would have loved the burning glass, but I will accept this as not a failure of a day. I can go back out through the fountain, which I think is shorter. Anything in here today? No, just the piece of the map that's torn up. There's definitely something there if I can read it. Candles, burning glass will help here as well. Yeah, there's the boat. I can't reach the boat over here. I need to drain the reservoir a bit. I'm going to just try draining it a tiny amount if I ever find the pump room again. There we go. Okay, head to room 46. Buy more gems? 12 gems is enough. I don't need to buy any more gems. Let's hold on to the money for the armory and potentially other rooms I could find. So, this is the only way forward. Excuse me. The only way forward is also this. The running shoes are going to save me. I mean, they're not doing a lot in the house, but... Go. This way. Now, which key do I use? I want to make sure I can progress. There's got to be a key used here. And if I'm lucky, I get something that gets me more keys. Servants' quarters does, but it does cut me off forever. So let's put the dining room here. That's going to give me the steps I'd like, because we have both the lunchbox for 10 steps and the pizza for 20. I think the pizza is the one that, yeah, you get more if you have a furnace, but no thank you. I would not actually like more red rooms in the house. So let's see how many of these are locked. Both, probably. They're probably all locked. Yeah, they're all locked. Okay, so now it comes the point when I have to get extremely lucky, because what I want to do is draft... What's the point of drafting in the corner? Draft a locksmith is what I want? Or a servant's quarters? So, well, we'll see. Wine cellars. Billiard room gives me keys, though, so we're going to draft the billiard room. Or if you prefer the more formal version, the Williamard room. Okay, so 3 is 3. 3 squared is 9. We've seen that. 3 squared is 9. Minus 5 is 4. Let me try that again. What did I do wrong there? I think I did something really stupid, which was I did 3 squared, when this is very clearly a 5. 5 squared is 25, minus 5 is 20. 5 squared is 25, times 2 is 50, divided by 10 is 5. 2 keys? Good. I was hoping it wasn't a special key, because then I would be really in trouble. This is probably locked. Yes, so they're all locked. What are my best chances? Get to the foundation? Get a straight shot to the foundation is my best chance here. It's the showroom. Or the aquarium. Aquarium has more exits. It doesn't go the way I want, though. I'd want the exit on the other side. Showroom... Because this exit to here only helps if it's unlocked. Luxury items for sale. What if there's a luxury item here that I really love? That's what I'm going to go. I probably can't buy it, though. Moon pendant. Oh, we start tomorrow with 2 of the items in the inventory. That is kind of irresistible. So I'm going to take the moon pendant. It means, I might get the 2 I don't want, but I could start with the key card. Starting with the key card means I could, instead of entering the house, I could go down to the basement, come up through the foundation using the key card, start my day up here. Of course, it's not that helpful if I don't have any keys, but you can always just skip. So there is that. Oh, did I go into room 46? I did not. That was the whole reason I did all that stuff downstairs. So that I could go into room 46 and take the crown. There's nothing else here because the sanctum key has already been used. Well, at least there's nothing here now. There's a puzzle to solve. Let us see what comes out of the foundation. Security door makes me happy because now that is a free unlock. This direction. Give me a room. Ah, morning room. I want that. Vault, I don't because I don't need coins, and I also don't have the vault key. East Wing Hall has accessibility, but the doors could be locked. Morning room. 2 gems. I don't need the gems now, but tomorrow I'm going to get more gems. And there's an upgrade disc. Well, hell yeah. Gems. We got the paper. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. In the blue hours of Wednesday morning, the venerable Baron of Mount Holly, Herbert S. Sinclair, passed away at the ripe age of 73 after a prolonged struggle with a heart condition that had been kept from the public eye until his final days. Esteemed as a pillar of society and renowned for his penchant for crafting puzzles, he was a source of endless fascination to our readers over the years, not least through his popular column Baron Bafflers, which he penned for over a decade. The particulars of the announcement of his successor yesterday has left his devoted followers with one last intrigue to ponder. The reading of his will precipitated a flurry of speculation for his niece and presumptive heir, the much-beloved and lamented Mary Matthew Jones, has been missing, presumed deceased, for the past 6 years. Mrs. Jones, better known to our readers by her pen name Marian Marigold, enchanted the hearts and minds of children across the realm with her literary creations such as The Red Prince, Swimbird, and A New Clue. Her disappearance remains one of the age's most tragic mysteries. With her whereabouts unknown, it was Marigold's own son, Simon P. Jones, a lad of but 14 summers, who was yesterday named the provisional heir to the sprawling Cinca Empire. Huh. I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I, playing this for the first time, didn't know that, but I knew that. However, this vast inheritance is accompanied by an undisclosed contractual condition. Given the Baron's well-known penchant for tests of mettle and wit, it's clear that the young heir from Reddington, distinguished in his own right as last year's County Science Fair runner-up, faces an extraordinary challenge in the coming weeks. More to follow. Oh, yay, I'm the County Science Fair runner-up. Wow. Okay. That feels like they're damned with faint praise. There's a door out of here, right? Yeah, there it is. It's locked. Okay, do I want to use the key here? I have 1 key left. The only way I'm going to get a ton of rooms is if I get lucky and draft a room with keys. So let's see if the foundation gives me some luck. Armory would be great, because then I could see what the fuss is all about. Okay, what's the best shot? Billiard room is I'm gonna want a dead end. An attic actually would be amazing. Have I drafted it yet? I keep seeing it, but not taking it. It's 3 gems, but it's got 8 items. Because you've done the closet and the walk-in closet. So any of these could have an attic. But since... Here's what I'm thinking. I need keys. If I open a door and don't get a key, the room is a dead end. So let's pick the room that will always be a dead end. Because that way, if I get the attic, I don't put the attic in a terrible place. And I could get more keys. Maybe get the burning glass and that kind of stuff. So let's try. I'm probably not going to get the attic. What is it? I could remove this and there's a pool. You know what? I haven't seen this room yet. We're going to do a room I haven't seen. If there's a key in here, that's great. If there's not a key in here, that's okay. We'll say that's a good day anyway. Drafting studio. It's so beautiful. So the main thing of the drafting studio is the potential new floor plans. You'll be able to choose a brand new floor plan to permanently add to the draft pool. There are, I believe, 8 floor plans to do. So once we've done this room 8 times, this will no longer be useful to us, but we can do it. So we have the dovecote. Whenever you draw the dovecote while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. So it's kind of a floor plan that says don't actually pick me. Just rotate the ones next to me that you want. Casino has games of chance, chance to earn extra money or wager other things. Solarium, you are more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms while drafting. I'm taking this because I want to see those unusual rooms. This is not the cost I pay now. This is the cost I would pay when drafting the room. That was a confusion I had the first time. Like, if I was in this room and I didn't have any gems, I'd be like, oh no, I can't. I can add it to the draft pool just fine. All right. It's just me, or did all of this music stop in the game? That's okay. All right. So there's not a key here, I can see. We have a book. We have the Great Hall partitioning plan for Saturday, November 21st. That's today. So this is going to tell you the Great Hall, where to find everything. It's not going to show you the lever, but what it's going to show you is the room. So we know that the far entrance that you'd have to unlock is here. So the closest door is the item room, the middle door is a trap, and the furthest door is the exit. And on this side, the furthest door is the trap, the middle door is the exit, and the closest room is the item room. So if I drafted the Great Hall after this, I would know which rooms to open. But alas, it cannot be done. I am out of keys. We also have a room. This looks like the study, but we can look at this. That's the safe, a very detailed model of a paper safe. I cannot examine it further because I do not have a magnifying glass. But yes, this is one of the 8 safes. So this is the 7th one we've seen, right? We've found an open 6 because one of them doesn't have a red letter. This is 7, and we haven't even seen the 8th one yet. So while we're here, let's figure out the answer to this so that when we get here next time with a magnifying glass, we can open the safe. I already picked the room to add. Right? I picked it? Okay, good. Well, here's something we can look at. This tells us when day 1 was, Saturday, November 7th. So Saturday, November 21st is day 15. All right. And then we have this picture. So at first I thought, oh, the date, it's going to be this one, 11/7, because, well, 8 dates open 8 safes. This one's not my favorite either. Like a few of these, the reason they're not my favorite is because it's a puzzle with multiple answers that all satisfy the conditions, and yet only one of them is accepted by the game. So, for instance, why is 11/7 not the answer? There is no explanation the game gives you for why this date is not the answer. It is going to be November. We see that here. What we have to do is do the count small gates thing. If we count small gates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can think get a closer look, right? Well, if I had a magnifying glass, it'd be easier, but there's a gate here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're supposed to get it from that. But keep in mind, not every single date is done by counting gates. Some are done by counting gates, others are not. So there's no reason why it has to be this. I believe there's another way to get to 1108 as the answer for this one. I forget. There's another thing you can do to prove it's 08. But it's not the most satisfying. At least I can justify the answer 1108. I can justify it by saying there's 8 gates, so that must be what it is. But it's not ironclad logic to say that must be the answer. Why isn't it counting the trees? Why isn't it counting the fruit? Yeah, I count 8 gates as part of the hint, but that is not used in every single hint, so it is not ironclad logic that the gates must be counted. This is the date that's actually being circled. So if I were to put in 1108, that is going to get me in the safe. But unfortunately, I can't do that without a magnifying glass. So I think that's the end of our day, right? Because no, upgrade disk. I have to find a room with a computer. And that's going to be, the closest one is very far away. I go all the way to the office. And that means I have to go through here. No reason to buy stuff from the kitchen. I might as well. How many steps do I have left to get to the office? 1, 2, 3, 6. I can waste a couple steps here. Filling up that piggy bank. Now the game's bugged out. Doesn't. Okay, there we go. It was how many steps do you, or how many coins do you have? We don't know. Yeah, not a totally wasted day. We got some stuff done. We solved the chess puzzle. So maybe tomorrow we'll find an armory. That's the idea. Maybe we upgrade a really important room. Parlor. Yeah, I want to upgrade the parlor. That's got puzzles in it. Okay. So one upgrade is going to make the parlor have 3 gems in it if you win. One of them is going to give you 2 wind-up keys, so you get 2 chances to win. And the funeral parlor. The gems in the prize is equal to the number of red rooms in the house, including this room. So if you only draft the funeral parlor, there's 1 gem. If you open an empty box in the funeral parlor, lose 30 steps. So I'm going to say right off the bat, my recommendation, do not take this one. I know 2 wind-up keys makes the puzzle more likely to win, but you miss out on the extra prize. This is a good, safe prize to take, 3 gems, because it just keeps everything the same and it increases your gem count. This right here is min-maxing. You can get, and I've done this, I've gotten 7 gems out of the funeral parlor before. It can happen. However, you do have to be correct. You cannot get it wrong or you lose 30 steps, which is probably going to end your day. So it is high risk, high reward. If you don't feel confident with the funeral parlor or with the parlor puzzles, pick this one. If you pick this one, I mean, I would just never pick this one. Like, just solve the puzzles, 2 wind-up keys, yeah, but you only get 2 gems. Both of these give you more than 2 gems. The worst you're probably going to get out of this is 2 gems, because you're probably not going to play the game until you've drafted at least 1 other red room, like a chapel. So I'm going to take the funeral parlor, because I'm pretty confident I can solve these puzzles, and if I do it right, I can get like 5, 6, 7 gems a day from the parlor puzzle. So there we go. I won't have to worry about gems anymore ever again for the rest of my entire life. Okay, now am I done? I want to make sure I don't end the day early. So Moon Pendant, there's a chance I keep the Crown of the Blueprints, which means I don't have to get to room 46. But any of these items would be good to keep. The Broken Lever has no use unless I want to open the greenhouse or I want to mix it with another item. Salt Shaker I would hate to keep. Like, these are items I don't want. I hope like Key Card or Crown or Running Shoes or Sledgehammer is kept over for the next day. I've actually had it that the Moon Pendant is kept as one of the 2 items, which means I'd keep the Moon Pendant another item, and then the next day I'd keep the items again. So let's see. I'm going to call it a day here, and that'll be it. So, you know, not as flashy as day 13. But we'll be looking for the armory. We'll be looking for those sanctum keys. After we find the armory, maybe we'd change out the chess puzzle. We'll see. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching every last second of that video. And I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, I've been Key of W, and you've been whoever you are. Have a good day. Bye.